Get it together.
I know. Okay, good. You threw me off. You threw me off.
I threw you off?
It's just a little bit different. It's a time of day,
Yeah.
and
Because
I,
it's
yeah.
noon-ish.
Hey everybody, this is Carlos and Sandy Lee. This is season 2 of Off Your Flosser podcast.
Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, be a friend, listen to OYF. Thank you so much, and go floss yourself.
Flow floss yourselves. What's up now, brah?
Hey everybody,
Drink some coffee.
this is Carlos, and that is not Sandy Lee. This is
I am
episode
not Sandy Lee.
102 of OYF, and you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. My name is Charlotte Ann, not Sandy Lee.
There you go. Thank you for being here today, and we really appreciate it. Sandy's out of town. Her sister just had a baby, so she's knee deep in the baby stuff and having fun, just hanging out and getting her hands wet, I would imagine,
I want to smell a baby.
Dude,
I do.
I was just,
I
was just
those
smelling
new
one.
babies.
I
tops
got
of their
a
heads
brand new
smell so good.
grandson.
I know. Hey, Grandpa.
And hey, how are you? And so whenever I get a break from work, I'm working from home now. I go out there and pick him up, and his mom is like, he's sleeping. I'm like, he'll be okay. He'll sleep again later. And I'm like, I gotta get my hands on him.
Up.
But he's a chunk, though. He is a chunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love those chunky little Michelin babies.
Yeah, I might bring him in a little bit. But anyway, so how have you been? What's new with you?
I've been good. It's been fun. I am knee deep in editing these days.
Editing
And
what?
videos. Yeah, in the land of YouTube and TikTok and all these social things.
Nice.
And annoying my children with my content that embarrasses them and makes these apps not cool anymore. So, mission accomplished.
So yeah, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
Sounds like.
I'm living my best life right now.
There you go. Good.
Torturing my children. Very happy about that.
It sounds like it. It sounds like you're pretty pleased with yourself. And I didn't know anything about TikTok until they were trying to ban it. Right. So I said, let me check it out. Maybe I'm crazy, but this is just mostly people dancing on there.
Mostly, COVID did. People embarked on a new transition here, where more adults are taking over, and even there's the hashtag Moms of TikTok.
Okay.
And where we're inundating the app with our funny content, and even if we're just creating things so that we cannot drink so much.
Yeah,
it's good for that. It's typically kids and lots of dancing. I did a spoof of the WAP. Had to get in on that trend.
I gotta look that up because that sounds like it would be amazing.
One of the funniest posts was a guy said that he works for Kids Bop and he has the hardest job on the planet to try to rewrite that song into a Kids Bop version. Look that up if you want to laugh.
Oh wow.
TikTok.
Yeah, some things just are just too far gone. It's sort of like stand up. Like when you do a joke, I write it clean, and then you can sprinkle in some seasoning words.
Just to see how you got to go off audience reactions, though.
Right, but if you write it where it's just a dirty joke you can't scrub that and make it not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? True. It depends if you start off.
You got to start somewhere and then amp it up as you go. It's kind of like my storytelling. I might have a story from childhood that my sister will listen to now because I've retold the story 10 times and it keeps getting more remarkable.
Oh yeah.
And I add more visuals and things that didn't happen. Mike Nitchie jumped off my roof into our pool, and apparently the pool was like a above ground pool, and it was like 15 feet away from the roof line. There's no way it could happen. But in my mind, I think I've told that story so many times that it actually happened. And I can understand where there are pathological liars out there that don't know that they're lying.
Right.
Because I have just a touch of that. It's in my memory bank that he did that.
Is it a lie if you believe it?
I don't think so.
I
mean, really, we're all just living in the Matrix. Possibly.
That sounds amazing and
Is it a lie or
horrible
is
at the
it
same
reality?
time, though.
It's frightening.
Yeah. You know, they're making new ones, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Can I get a package from my front door? It's my
Yeah.
Apple Mac that just got repaired.
Oh, no. You got to go get that. Yeah.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So my MacBook, supposedly I had a lemon where the battery did not last as long as it should, so I couldn't work remotely, even though that's what laptops are for. If it was unplugged, it wouldn't hold a charge. So
that's
a
like
major hiccup in my work
literally
day.
what they're designed to do.
Right.
Hey, I texted Sandy, and she kind of wants to get in on this
get her
convo.
in here. And our first caller today.
Thank
Sandy
you for
Lee.
listening to the quiet storm. Yeah. We got Sandy on the hotline.
She's gonna kick my ass.
Hello.
Hey.
What you doing?
Sandy.
Talking to Charlotte.
We're not doing nothing. We're not. There's nothing. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah, we're not even recording. We're just hanging out.
You just chilling like a villain?
You know? Are you having fun?
This baby's a good baby.
Aww.
Like sleeping, eating, pooping, peeing.
It's kind of what babies do.
How old is this baby?
Too, so.
The baby's days old, right?
Wait until they're like 2 weeks old.
Tomorrow's today's a week.
Wow.
A week and an hour.
I know you start making these little landmarks, right? And then you turn around, they're 18, you know?
And they're 3,652 months old.
You know? That's ridiculous. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so we miss you, man. And yeah, I got a lot to tell you about the house, but you'll hear about it on the episode.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Did you say you are recording this or no?
No, I am. I was just telling you that we weren't.
You weren't?
Fess up. She'll find out.
You lied to me?
Oh.
You looked me in the eyes and you lied to me? I'm trying to be like the Godfather. And you lied to me to my face. Say hello to my little friend.
Should I lock my door? Like,
that's Scarface.
My house.
Dang it.
That wasn't the Godfather at all. That was Scarface.
It got dark really quick.
Yeah.
Cry? See if you can cry. Cry for me. Cry, baby. Cry.
She's gonna make the baby cry. Don't make him cry.
Is she making fun of that baby?
Little baby, little silly baby.
Why you cry about it? Go tell your
Taught
mom.
her well.
Let me let you go.
You gonna hang out with Charlotte for a little bit?
Just a little bit. We're almost done.
Don't get no ideas.
No, I won't get any ideas.
You moving in on my territory, in my house, on my
I knew it.
All right. Get with Charlotte and tell her I said hello, and I'll be back next week.
You got it.
Sweet.
Tell her I said hi. I'm over here.
Oh,
she can't hear me.
She can't. Yeah. You can't hear her, but she said hi.
Hello, and I'm just a temporary stand-in.
And she's just filling in. Yeah, just for temporary.
Good.
Very.
I don't.
So temporary. It's not even worth
it's
mentioning.
Over. It's gonna be so bad.
No, I'm sure you guys are gonna have lots of fun.
Yeah, no, we just got started. But let me knock this out so I can get back to work.
All right. Yeah, you go to work.
All right, Sandy, take care. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Be good.
Bye, Carlos. Go floss yourself.
Go floss yourself. All right. Bye. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, but I didn't want her to feel left out or cut out of anything. But dude,
that's nice that she gets to hang out with the baby.
Yeah, it's so fun. I know. Try to make him cry. Leave the poor baby alone. We're in the midst of buying and selling a home, and it's been absolute chaos and mayhem. We had did you find a home before you decided to sell yours, or how did this all come about? Well, the agent was like, listen, the goal is to try to buy your new one and close on and sell the other one, the old one, same day, same time. So it's going to take a little bit of finagling. And I'm like, I can't even begin to try to guess what kind of a nightmare that's going to be, Because
you already feel like you're signing your life away.
You sort of are.
And do you ever actually read all the documents?
No.
Because I have a touch of undiagnosed ADD, and I just trust that the person there is not scamming me somehow.
Yeah.
I just sign. You can't even read my signature by the end of it.
No, it's just like a line.
Yeah, I'm done.
And all the taxes and this and that. And I go, look, the couple houses ago, I was like, what's the bottom line, man? They're like,
no, don't look at the bottom line. That's
you're
terrifying.
walking. He goes, you're walking away with $2,000 or whatever it was. And I'm like, okay. All right, that's all I need to know. Just tell me.
But
where.
I mean, the bottom line, like, how much am I gonna pay by the time I actually pay this house off?
Oh no, yeah, you don't want to read that line.
Insane. No one should ever sign off on that, and I don't know why we all do.
Yeah, they got us. Yeah. So anyway, we've been cleaning
owning
and
a home
painting.
is a beautiful thing.
It is, and we got the family's getting just got a little bit bigger with the baby and all, and so we're helping the kids out till they get up and running. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
That's
it's
exciting.
Gonna be a nightmare.
So
but
are you
it's
gonna
go
do like a clean sweep and paint everything white?
I don't think so.
What's your strategy?
The new place, it's got some colors that I'm not super wild about, but they're kind of growing on me. And it comes with an office, like a built-in office
nice.
that I can use for my thing, and it's like a mangoey kind of orange peachy color.
Yeah.
That I would never in a million years pick.
Kind of like a hacienda. You know what I mean?
Like something out
almost like a terracotta, like they're trying to be terracotta, but it went a little more tangerine.
It's like that color. But the texture is just indoor wall. You know what I mean? It's not stone or anything. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not painting. If it's clean, there's no holes in the wall, we're leaving it,
I mean, unless it's I don't do well with orange or yellow. It's like a strange vibe that it puts off. It doesn't look good on my skin tone anyway.
Okay.
So that's important for me.
I see what you're saying. What doesn't look good on me? Nothing. No.
Well, that's
no.
Such as Carlos.
I think blue looks, and I used to rock pink a lot back in the day, and that with my complexion, it worked as well. Yeah, like a nice dress shirt, Anyway,
I look best in purple, but I don't want that on my wall. So I do dill pickles, grays.
They say that. The house color that's most popular nowadays is something called agreeable gray.
Huh.
And I saw a couple houses like that, and I'm like, this is kind of agreeable. I'll be honest with you, because it's not.
Is it like an elephant tone or more of a slate?
I'd say it's like a light. Let me see. What's gray? What's gray in the world?
Overcast.
Yeah, like a
sky, kind of
like a bright, cloudy day, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, where you still need your sunglasses.
Yeah, but it's not like blazing in your face,
Right. You're not hot. You're not sweating.
Right. So it's sort of like, that's an attractive person, but they're not trying too hard to be flamboyant or flashy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that kind of color.
So
if that color was a person,
I get it.
right?
They're agreeable.
Yeah, it's totally agreeable.
Nice.
How do you feel about that? I don't have an opinion either way. So yeah, that's kind of right where you want to be.
It's agreeable.
Yeah. Are you a color person? Do you like a wide color palette, or are you kind of a traditional color person?
Well, let me look at my closet. It is actually color coded because that's just who I am. And I have a lot of gray and black and teal and blues.
Now you're talking about clothes?
In my home?
Or paint?
Yeah, clothes. So even paint colors too. So I've got dill pickle in my bedroom. That's an accent wall. And then I've got brown paper bag on the side walls.
Oh, and that's the actual color.
And maybe it's just because that's what the name of the color was. And I was like, I like some dill pickles. So that's the color for me.
In a brown paper bag for lunch. That sounds...
Right. Old school.
Hand in
hand,
really.
And then it just makes sense. That's agreeable to me. And then in my living room, my accent wall is like a teal. And then that's offset with some grays. And that's just a happy color. Like in my bedroom, I feel like this is my chillax area.
I got you.
My area to record and be creative. Then in my living room, it's a little brighter, a little more energy.
So your room right now, the studio you're in, that's your corner of your bedroom or something? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at some dill pickle.
You say that a lot. Are you a pickle fan?
You
like
could pickle
the food?
anything. You could pickle literally anything, and I will eat it. Pickled pig's feet, pickled carrots, okra, green beans,
jalapenos. Because we got some of those that we grew in our yard.
Well, I don't want ghost peppers, but I saw that episode.
Dude, I think, and I'll say it publicly. I think my piece was bigger than Sandy's because she had like a little. Remember a piece of litmus paper?
Yeah.
For like in chemistry class in high school.
You think that's what she ate?
It was a piece like that, and I kind of bit maybe a third of the day. It was so it was very uncomfortable. I'm
that's
not a spicy.
Were you questioning yourself, like why did I do this? Is this entertaining enough to be worth it?
I think it is entertaining enough, and it wasn't enough where it caused bad side effects. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you didn't have fire in the hole, because I often wonder about
the ring of fire.
I did have
no
a soup once. No, okay. I had a soup once that was supposed to be the mild. It was in a Texican kind of restaurant.
Okay.
So they had it was like a coconut soup.
That sounds kind of Thai.
Hot version. Yeah, it's like Mexican, Thai Mexican. Is there such a thing? But anyway.
Sounds good though.
That'll tell you about the couple and that owns the place. So I got the wrong soup apparently. And midway through the soup, I'm really getting into the bottom because I want some texture and flavor. And all of a sudden the right side of my face starts firing up. And I can handle spicy, but this was like, I've been maced once in my life as a prank. And that's what it reminded me of. My right eye was dripping. My nose was dripping. I couldn't feel it because then my face started going numb on the outside, and on the inside I was just drooling. And I'm begging. I'm like, do you guys have bread, milk, sugar,
something?
And they brought some creamer, and as long as I held it in my mouth, it was okay.
Wow.
So this was actually a second date for my current boyfriend. I'm glad he stuck around because we had to go home about 20 minutes later because my stomach was like, nope.
Yeah.
Exit.
This is done.
This is not good.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Yeah.
Get out. Because I'm not going to see you for like an hour.
If we want to rescue this relationship at all, I'm going to need you to leave.
Yeah, just
run out to Walmart or something for a couple hours.
I think he actually hung out in my living room for a little while.
But that ghost pepper is
that's painful.
It wasn't fun at all, but it's funny if that makes sense, because I was laughing because I'm like, this is about the dumbest thing, and we're putting it out there. So I sent it to a couple of my friends, and she this is the nicest compliment. It sounds mean on the surface. She goes, I mean this with all love and respect, but you're about the stupidest person I've ever met, and your co-host isn't much better.
Yeah,
but not stupid like
it's
you
not
stupid.
A bad thing.
Yeah,
like
no.
Stupid funny.
Yeah, like stupid funny. And she goes, and your co-host isn't much better. She's just as bad as you are, and because we did this on purpose, just specifically for the effect, and it was fun, but I don't want to do it again.
No, you can just check that off. Let's find something else.
I'm good. The guy came out to inspect the house for the new buyer. He's walking around and he goes, oh, you guys got some hot peppers back there.
Yeah.
They happen to be an Asian gentleman. What flavor? I don't know. I didn't really talk to the guy. He wasn't working for me. I said, dude, if you want some of those, he goes, are those ghost peppers? I said, hell yeah, buddy. Help yourself.
You grew the ghost peppers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought they just came from a guy.
No. My son grew them.
Oh, you're fully responsible for those.
Oh yeah, and it was totally my fault. Yeah, and I didn't know this. If you eat them green or like fresh off the plant, they're at 800,000 something Scoville. But when you dry them, like I did, they were over a million.
So is the heat more toward the seeds? Like if you were to eat the outside, would it be a safer? Just the whole thing.
The whole thing. The skin,
you're not going to test that out?
And it's thin. It's super, super thin skin. And it just packs so much. Oh, it's just, and
That's wrong.
it was dry, so it hit me in the back of the throat. I start coughing. Oh, this is horrible.
Look, it's coming back. He's having a flashback.
I'm having flashbacks, dude. And
It's making me cry.
I've never had been that guy to try spicy stuff. Have you ever done like a spicy food challenge or anything like that? Like wings or
yeah, I mean, someone will say, okay, take this big spoonful of wasabi. I bet you can't do that. And I'm like, sure I can. I mean, it's just mind over matter.
Yeah.
Just down the hatch.
Just write it out.
I tie hot food before just to see, how that is. But the ghost pepper is a whole different realm.
They got stuff that's hotter than that, like Carolina Reapers and stuff like that. I don't want any part of that.
I don't want to die.
Jesus Christ. It's called the Reaper, for Christ's sake. I mean, why would somebody, why does this need to exist? It's just crazy. So you're a hygienist, right?
I am.
I don't do segues. You're a hygienist, but you don't work clinically anymore.
I don't. I work from home now. I'll keep my license because you never know.
Sure.
Always nice to have that in your back pocket, and might get involved with some charity work, or if I need to get in there and scale some tartar. I kind of miss that. I miss the hands-on, like that instant gratification, the physical contact with patients.
Yeah, the
almost like coloring to me.
Like looking at it afterwards, like, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, like look what I just did. Or if you have maybe you're spraying a fence down with a pressure washer.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that before and after. Or just even the sound of tartar scraping off some enamel.
Yeah.
With
a real sharp scaler.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and honestly, I've fallen into a new role working with Elijah in Driven Dental.
Yeah, you're new to this whole working at home thing. So, how many naps have you taken during the day?
I don't nap as much as if I would. Like when I was working clinical, I don't know what it was. It was just more physical. It was just, you know what I mean?
Well, it's mentally draining too.
So I'm learning stuff. So it's got me engaged, and I get up, brush my teeth, come downstairs, fire up the computer, and I'm at work. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I don't have socks on right now. I'm just chilling,
I haven't worn anything but flip-flops in 2 years, probably. Yeah. When I said, hey, give me 5 minutes, I had to go put some mascara on and like put my hair up in a side ponytail.
I say straight up 88 right there,
and put a bra on because
thank you. Me too. Crazy. Yeah.
But I do take a nap every once in a while because I'm at the computer for so long, and my bed's like 5 feet in front of me.
Oh yeah.
And like when the eye twitch starts happening.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me drink a cup of coffee, put myself down like a child for 20 minutes, and I wake up and I'm ready.
I was up till 3 this morning, just trying to go over some of the tapes and doing things, for different clients or whatever. And I was exhausted at 11. I had a show last night from 7:30 to about 9. I got home around a little bit after 10, and I'm talking to my wife and the kids, and I was like, man, I'm beat, but I gotta go in the room. And I stopped by Chick-fil-A on the way home, and because that was dinner, everybody else went out, but I had to go to this thing. And so I had the cup, I put another Diet Coke in it, and I just sat at the computer. And I look up, and it's 3:15, and I'm like,
yeah, that happens.
Once my eyes just kind of glazed over, and I'm like, I can't even focus anymore, and nothing else can fit in. It's time to rest, let that process, and then, hit it again. So, but it's like
there are days where I'm staring at my screen for literally an hour, and it's not that I'm overwhelmed with anything or stressed or feeling anything. I think your brain's like, we're going to reset.
Yeah.
We're going to shut this down for a little bit.
You got to walk away for a little bit. I read somewhere that 48 minutes is the optimal time for you to focus on a task. Then you should get up, get a drink of water.
48 minutes.
48 minutes. It's very scientific.
Huh. And
then get up, walk around, and then sit back down and hit the timer again. But to try to do a 3-hour stretch, some people can, but I think you lose something.
I'm usually good for 2 hours. It depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like how creative it is. Like Mondays and Tuesdays, I do a lot of admin work, phone calls, follow-up emails, just kind of meetings, things like that. And then when I'm really going to dive into a hole and like edit a bunch of stuff and turn notifications off, I try to go for about 2 hours. I, kind of block schedule and get up and literally run around the backyard or hang out with the chickens or.
What do you do to cleanse the palate? Just go outside?
Yeah. And I'm barefoot outside, might pull a few weeds.
Just something different. That's totally from what you're doing.
Something different. Yeah. Get away from the computer.
That's a good thing. So it sounds like you got a healthy blend, a healthy mix of stuff. And
yeah, it's nice. For the first time in my life, I'm actually running 3 times a week.
That's awesome.
Forcing myself to do that, and which it was just a struggle before when I had that clinical job. Because I was just, like you said, you're just physically tired. You're mentally tired. You just want to eat and sit.
How far do you run?
Well, I just hit 5 miles the other day, which was a first.
That's good.
In a long time. Like I've done some of these adventure races and obstacle courses where it's 7 to 10 miles, but then you have a break in between. You're not running the whole time.
Okay.
But usually I'm doing like a 5K maybe twice a week. So I don't like to give myself too much pressure. It's either 30 minutes or a 5K. Okay. Just go out and run. And then this last time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go an hour or 5 miles. We'll see what happens first.
A buddy of mine has a joke. He goes, I try to run an hour or a mile, whichever comes first.
I like it.
So,
Either
way, I'm stopping at an hour. Yeah. And it's just really funny. Anyway. So, and that's my buddy Conrad. And so it's not cool to steal somebody else's jokes because I totally gave him credit for it. But it's always makes
it's not
me
like
laugh.
you used it as your own.
I quoted him.
Thanks, Conrad.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's an interesting dude. Yeah, very very funny, very funny. But the show last night, the opener is the boss, right? And he warms it all up or whatever. I went up second. And from the side, it was a stage maybe 2 feet high, maybe 8 feet wide, maybe 6 feet from front to back. Okay.
Yep.
So not real high, and you can see everything as you walk up. There's like a little steps and stuff. So again, maybe a little unnecessary, but it's safety, right? You get up there, and the
steps were unnecessary.
The steps you could have just hopped up.
Yeah. It reminds me of like a elementary school cafeteria stage.
Yeah. Where somebody's gonna do
maybe like that size,
recite
words.
Yeah. But the lights were on the ground and they're facing right at your face. So you get up and all you see is black. You can't see anything, and I couldn't tell where the edge of the stage was, so I was afraid to walk. And then when you look down, it was you're trying to block, and it was just very disorienting. It was the weirdest
were you up
thing.
Against the wall, like. Kept going backwards?
It was an outdoor thing, so there was no wall.
Oh, I gotcha.
So we're outside, and I'm like, if I fall off this goofy little stage, you know what I mean? So I was afraid to move, dude. I was just like standing in the middle. It was just weird, but it's still fun.
Still more stiff than normal?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Now, was this because social distancing requirements? You did this outside, or do they usually have this?
They normally do this one outside.
Oh, cool.
So it's pretty cool, and it's like one of those live work community places where you got houses, condos, apartments.
Oh yeah.
Shops, movies, and department stores and grocery stores, the whole shebang.
Yeah, everything you need.
So you can walk to where. Yeah. It's still too many people for me, but it's a nice part of town, And
too many people for you to live in that community.
Yeah. So where we're moving, it's a little bit more spread out, and
nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Just quiet, which is crazy.
We're pretty quiet here. Like I don't know if I could go back to living in an apartment or a condo where there's people around you. I mean, I love my neighbors, but I do have a lot of porch sitters. So it's nice they keep an eye on everything.
Sure.
But, you walk out to take your garbage out and there they are. Hi.
Hey.
You go to pull some weeds and you're still wearing the same outfit that you were wearing 3 days ago. Hey, how are you again?
It's hilarious.
They're watching all the cars go in and out. I'm sure they think that we're drug dealers because me and the teenagers are in and out all day long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They just judge.
I don't know. I live right now. I live on a corner, so people don't even stop at the stop sign, and people zip around that corner all the time. I've had my mailbox taken out 3 times.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. One time, the dude knocked it completely.
Do you yell at people? Have you ever yelled at people to slow down?
Well, the last time I replaced it, I put 80 pounds of concrete.
Yes.
And I didn't cut the post. I used the full. Like I dug a deep hole. So if you hit that, I'm ripping a bumper off or something, Yeah.
Or if somebody, I don't know if they do this anymore. Do people play baseball with mailboxes anymore?
I don't know if it's.
I mean, we lived out in the boonies, so they did that for fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's called play baseball.
That was their trick.
I think it's called.
What do you call it?
I think it's called vandalism. When you drive by and just whack somebody's mailbox off the thing.
So that was my dad's solution. He's like, all right, that's fine. Concrete post for this mailbox. See what you can do, boys.
Yeah. Well, I cemented this sucker in, and one guy, the last guy who hit it, kind of loosened. It's got the standard, the arm, and then the mailbox is sitting on top of it. Well, the arm was knocked loose. I hammered it. I screwed it back into place, and the guy bought me a new mailbox, and we're back in business. But nice. he banged it up nice, but it banged up his car though. Like he said he wasn't paying attention. I said, "What happened?" He goes,
"Was he on his phone?"
I was looking at a bird flying over your house.
Really?
Dude, focus on driving your SUV like a normal adult.
Do you buy that? I mean, I've backed into a mailbox.
I could see that.
But it was in a closely knit housing development, and there was another car behind me that I was kind of trying to get around, and the mailbox was tilted toward the road, I'm sure, anyway. And so I just kind of moved it back into place.
Okay. So.
But I've never gone off-road into someone's mailbox.
Bird watching.
Right.
There is a hawk that flies around. I don't know where he lives, but I see him eyeballing, watching my little dog Snickers all the time. Mm-hmm. And if it tries to grab my dog, I'm going to have to go out there with a broomstick or something. I don't know what, but.
I can just see that. We have some red-tailed hawks in the neighborhood.
I mean, I don't want to kill it, but I don't want to kill my dog either,
No, you just want to teach it a lesson.
Yeah. Just whack it a good couple times.
That's all. They need to know what's fair game, and it's not your dog.
But then again, I don't want to get my eye scratched out,
I've seen them tear out a squirrel open in my backyard before. That was a terrifying scene. I'm like, oh, kids, look at the hawk. And it makes that
screech
hawky noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it comes, there goes the squirrel. The squirrel's screaming. There's fur everywhere. There's like National Geographic right there, 10 feet from you.
Dude.
The kids are crying. I'm like, but he was hungry, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a cat caught a bird at the edge of my yard because there were feathers all over the place the other day when I was mowing. And I'm like, this is, a random feather here or there is one thing. Yeah. But this looks like a fight happened and the bird lost.
Too.
It could have been something went in on this little bird, and I don't know, nature. I heard of a coyote hopping a fence. Yeah.
Did you check the footage?
It was on the other side of a tree, so I couldn't see what it was. But I have seen things crawl under our cars, like rabbits and stuff. Possums.
Yeah, we have rabbits.
I don't know what it is.
We have a lot of coyotes too.
I don't mess with coyotes.
And they're not scared of people at all.
Yeah. You got little dogs or no? Do you have any dogs?
No dogs now, because I've got 2 chickens, turtles, bearded dragons. There's a hamster in there. I think it's still alive. And a lot of fish. You know how that goes. I'm like, hey kids, the hamster doesn't have water. And I asked you last night to give it water so it doesn't die. And then the teenager stares at you like they're trying to comprehend what you're saying. I'm like, did you forget to water and feed your hamster? Yeah. Okay, well, get up now and give the hamster water.
There you go.
So it doesn't pass away.
Right.
Okay.
We still have a pet rat for some reason, and it weirds me out.
I like rats. They're very smart.
Oh, yeah, this thing is awesome. Like it doesn't bite or anything, but it's still a rat. So, is that profiling? Probably. But
yeah, I mean, what? So would you? Do you think squirrels are cute?
I don't trust squirrels either. Because it looks like it's got a thick tail, but it's just like a rat with a fuzzy tail, man. Yeah. Rabbits?
Yeah, I don't like the rats because they like going in the chicken coop and they chew the plastic. They chew everything.
Yeah. I don't like.
And break stuff.
I'll go on the limb and just say I don't like most rodents. Except the capybara.
That's like a giant, almost looks like a guinea pig, but giant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Almost rideable.
Can you own those? Like, is it frowned upon?
I don't know, but if that thing ever wanted to, it could probably take a good chunk out of you.
I kind of want to eat one.
Dude, do people eat regular sized guinea pigs? It's a little weird that you would say it out publicly, but I totally get it because
it's gonna offend somebody, and I'm sorry if anybody out there is vegan.
There's only like 6 people listening to the show.
But I don't pick and choose what animals people should eat. If you're gonna eat a chicken, you might as well eat a lion or whatever,
right?
Capybara or
right
bison.
Yeah. I mean, if push came to shove, if I can walk down to Publix and buy a steak, I'll do that. But if I got to wrestle a damn elk and snap its neck, then,
I don't think you could.
That's what's going to happen. It's only 500 pounds and horns.
I don't want to see that happen. It's like all these people that hunt with their big guns from their tree stand from 300 yards away. I'm like, get down there with a knife.
Yeah.
But take that thing out.
I hear what you're saying, but is that more cruel? Or is that more like worth it because there's a risk of
I just
injury?
think it's fair. Here's why I'm saying this, because every time I think of someone hunting, I think of like a head on a wall as like a trophy.
Right.
And I think it's rude. Like if you're going to eat it, fine. But like to stick its head on the wall is kind of rude. You just showed your, shooting prowess over some other creature.
You sniped it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there's no skill in shooting things, but I've literally have shot a rabbit out of a moving vehicle before with a .22. So
did you eat said rabbit?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually we took it to a birds of prey sanctuary.
Okay. Well, but it didn't go to waste is what I'm saying. You didn't just shoot it and leave it there.
Yeah, I didn't just shoot it and leave it there.
I get it. I used to live near Philly, and we used to go across the river into New Jersey, into the zoo, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was like one of those weird, like a privately owned spot. And the guy had a hyena,
gotcha.
Okay? And there was a heavy-duty fence, maybe like a 6 or 7 foot gap, and then another fence that was even taller than the first one.
Uh-huh.
The guy would go out and get roadkill, from his neighbors or whatever, wherever somebody told, hey, there's something got hit, and it was a deer, and he'd quarter him up and throw him in there. I mean, maybe not over the top, but you know what I'm saying? He'd get him in there.
Yeah.
And that's what these things would eat. I think that's
that's
cool.
A public service, really.
Yeah, you're cleaning up and, I've seen deer get hit, dude. We lived in Pennsylvania.
There was actually a dental
deer
hygienist.
will kill you if you're not.
Did you see that post? If you haven't seen it, you'll have to go back. If I can catch your name, I'll send it to you. There was a dental hygienist that was in a rental car, and she hit a deer, and it got decapitated, and the head was in her lap. I saw pictures and everything.
Oh,
and it was like
God.
A bad luck streak because I think her house had burned down, and then she had this rental car. And I mean, she's lucky she's alive because the thing went through the windshield, and this deer head in her lap. Can you imagine? Like, I only hope that she can laugh about that in a few years.
It sounds like it would be
like
so
out of a movie.
incredible that you'd either have to laugh or cry. You know what I
Both.
mean? Because that sounds incredible.
Like, really?
It almost sounds made up, but I'm
forever
sure it
has
happened.
No one could tell me about their bad day. If
Really?
I had a deer head in my lap at some point, I'm like, well,
that was just licking grass
stunk, but at
or
least,
whatever. Yeah.
This at least gives you some way to gauge every day from now on.
Yeah, we're going away for the weekend, and that's going to be a thing with 3 dogs.
Yeah,
we're taking Snickers though. Snick is coming.
Oh, is Snickers like the favorite?
She's like the
or
littlest
just the
one.
Easiest.
Because you can carry her, you know.
I bet, and she probably comes back and tells the other dogs about what a great time she had.
Like Coco and Butter, we got to put them on leashes because they're crazy. Yeah. And I just started thinking about it. Like, it sounds like a very a food loving pet owner named these dogs because it's Cocoa Butter and Snickers.
They sound delicious.
And I'm like, yeah, it does, you know. And
wait a minute, wasn't it you that was joking about eating someone's labradoodle, putting some hot sauce on it?
Oh yeah, that beautiful dog.
I mean, it does look fake.
That freaking dog doesn't look real, man. And the lady who owns it, she's like, no, he's totally real. Look, these are real pictures of him walking around.
That's a beautiful dog.
That is an amazing looking animal. It doesn't look real.
I think her name is Nicole. I'll have to send her the link to this one. I won't stop talking about that dog. It's just the coloring was beautiful. The curls were magnificent. I mean, just a well put together dog, like very polished. Makes any dog that I've had look, kind of rough.
He looks like the type of dog that wouldn't poop outside. Like you could train him to use the regular standard toilet. Like he'd insist on it. You know what I mean?
He'd probably flush it too.
Yeah.
Probably read the paper while he's on the toilet.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Do you mind? You know?
Close the door.
Yeah. Leave it cracked. I don't have thumbs, but just
it does look like a very refined dog.
That's all I'm saying. Like if it talked, if he spoke.
Oh, what kind of voice would it have?
He'd have a British accent. Has to.
All right then.
Yeah, like a high end British accent. You know, like one of the royals.
What's high end? Not a Cockney accent. Like,
right, yeah.
Oh, stop your flailing about as I'm in the loo. That's not it.
That's pretty good actually. So dumb.
That's not the accent.
This show is about nothing, and but that's the point because there's so much heavy stuff going on in the world. You know what I mean?
I could talk about nothing all day.
You need a counterbalance to all the seriousness. Last week I told Sandy that I wanted to ride Snickers, right? Mm-hmm. That I wanted to shrink down or have her grow big enough for me to ride, you know? And she goes, "Is that for lazy purposes?" I was like, "No, adventure."
Just to do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you go? So I'm like conjuring up images from the never-ending story. I mean, you riding Snickers, like, dude, through the clouds. You'd have almost like a luck dragon, or would you be in it's forest or
purely terrestrial.
Grass? Okay.
I don't want to fly. That kind of sounds scary, especially since she's not a
shining,
native.
And there's like daisies and there's a Mr. Grasshopper.
You remember like those fields in New Zealand, like where they shot Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Where it's like rolling grassy hills.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those, and we're just going out a couple miles, just hauling ass, and just me on a giant dog. And she'd probably be the size of a grizzly at this point, you know. Yeah. She has to be to carry me. You know, we'll just buckle down, and we would just go to work, son.
Just grab onto a fur with both hands, and you're going so fast that your feet are actually out behind you. You can't saddle that dog.
No, you kind of gotta lay on it and hold on.
Actually, you'd have to hold on to the collar because you'd be cruising so fast.
Dude, come on. I know it sounds a little crazy, but doesn't that sound amazing?
No, I literally went there in my mind.
Yeah. And It's so stupid. But yeah. I think
This is what kids do, and I think this is what adults need to do more is
right.
like dive into your imagination and be there. Escape for a second.
I had a joke about that they clone when they were cloning pets. You know, not pets, but like sheep and cats
the sheep,
and just
yeah.
So why don't they clone something that would be awesome? Like take a miniature horse and clone it with like a golden eagle and have like a miniature, Pegasus, right? Doesn't necessarily need to fly, but just look like it could. You know what I mean?
It would have wings that are not useful.
Yeah, not talons.
Okay.
But he could flap them, like instead of wagging his tail, he could just flap his wings and just be all excited,
I can hear it now.
But he would still be like 3 feet tall.
So how would that be useful for like calendars and photo ops and stuff?
For badassery, dude. You'd be the only one with a flying baby eagle horse thing, or non-flying
want to
baby
have
eagle horse.
A furry dinosaur.
A furry dinosaur?
I want a furry dinosaur. Yeah, something that's what are the things that have the like the it's not a dewlap, it's like a headpiece that comes out and flips around. It almost looks like one of those cross between a lizard and a dinosaur that could walk on water potentially, but it's got like the crown of stuff that comes out and then the short arms. I want one of those, but I want it to be furry so that you could pet it.
Well, they think that chickens, now that we're talking about it, here we go, we're going full circle.
Maybe I already have 2 of those.
Yes, they said that the scales and stuff on those old dinosaurs turn into feathers and that chickens are related to those dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Look it up. Like I'm serious, I'm full of random useless knowledge, and that's one of the things I know. I don't know much. I
actually will take the time to look that up.
And I don't know how they figured this out, but they were like bird-like dinosaur things.
Well, and the inner part of our ear, is like exactly what most fish have at the 3 weeks of age in utero or whatnot. Like we're so closely related to fish.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't know. I think there's a lot of similarities between these animals. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I feel like I came from the sea.
You think?
I'm very drawn to the water. Yeah.
Are you a good swimmer?
Oh, yeah.
I was in the Navy. I can swim. I can save myself. But if somebody's drowning near me, you're probably going to die,
Yeah. You'd be the weight. Can you float? That's the most important thing. It's not so much the swimming and treading water. You need to be able to float really well.
Yeah, no, I can float.
Okay, good. Yeah, my dad was a scuba instructor. Yeah, it's relaxing, and if you get caught in a riptide, that's what you have to do. Don't fight that. There's your public service announcement. Do not fight a riptide. Just float.
So how far do you think it'll suck you out though, a riptide?
Doesn't matter. You just float along. I mean, you can swim parallel.
Yeah, I've heard that.
To the shore for a while until, that the current settles down just a little bit.
That's horrifying.
Could be.
That's horrifying. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of like my primal fears, man, is drowning.
Yeah, I think probably burning to death would be mine.
That would be second, and I don't know which one would be worse. I kind of just want to go in my sleep, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
That's what everybody wants to have.
I don't want to feel any pain.
I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and read up on the art of dying.
The art
of dying, yeah. Like there's an actual strategy and things that you should know about the process so that when you get to that point in your life, it's cool.
It's not a big surprise.
Totally okay with that.
I saw a video.
If you're burning, I don't know if you're going to delve into that in your memory banks of like your process. I hope I just pass out first.
I hope it's instant, whatever it is. God, this took a morbid twist.
I hope that for you. You know what? That's the life and death. That's just part of
It
living.
is. It's just the way it goes. Huh. That's
You look like you're talking to the moon.
really?
A
Oh,
little
with the
bit.
stuff behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna have it up at the new place because I painted that wall black, and I was like, kind of looks like an emo kid did it,
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, that's you.
yeah.
In a nutshell, you're so emo.
No, I'm not emo. Am I? No.
I have a whole my setup is hanging from my roof right there. I'm sure you can see a little bit. Let me not drop my computer completely. There's 3 backdrops
Oh,
from the
okay.
ceiling.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, dude. Yeah, I get that green screen, huh?
I got a green screen.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. Mine's rolled up somewhere. I had to take everything down to show the house. It has to be staged properly.
Oh, that's the thing about moving. I hope you're gonna clear some clutter and figure out what you really need to have and what maybe doesn't need to go in the new place. That's the fun part.
You know those giant garbage bags that you put like in your garage or whatever, the big drum ones. I filled
Yeah, they look
one
like you
and a
could put a body in there.
You can totally put a body in there. Trust me. Don't ask me how I know. No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
you're like, yeah, that's what we do. I filled 1.5 of those full of clothes that were just in the back of my closet that I haven't worn in years. And
Nice.
I'm like, why
Are
do
you
I
gonna
have
donate
this?
those?
Yeah, so we took them to oh no, they came and got them, like the Kidney Foundation or somebody, and
Yeah.
they just some dude came out and picked them up. Old jeans, my fat jeans.
Yeah, so what I do with my closet, even though it's color coordinated, I always put what I just wore to the right side when I hang it back up in the closet. And
Okay.
so you can figure out in a 6-month period what you're wearing and what you're not wearing. So anytime I purchase something new, I'll go toward the left-hand side and pick something and go, okay, you're not getting your fair time out in the public, so we're just going to let you move on to somebody else that will appreciate you.
There you go. If you love something, let it go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And none of it's come back to me.
No, I guess I didn't love you back.
So I feel good about it.
Yeah, it's good. But it's good to purge. And I got rid of a ton of stuff. And I know when we start moving things, there's going to be a lot more stuff that's going in the pit. But it's good. It's time to change is good sometimes, right?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I have been in this house too long. It's 20 something years
Oh, wow.
in one house.
11 here.
I feel like I need a bigger space. I have 2 teenage daughters that are starting to drive each other nutty, but I know as soon as they're gone, I won't need extra space.
Sure.
I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence. I'm like,
Right.
do I want bigger place? Have to move all that?
Are they ever
Change
really
my address
gone?
on everything. They might not. Well, see, yeah, to your point, they'll probably come back around a few times.
My buddy calls going to college is a 4-year vacation till you move back home.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and nowadays, because everything's $1 million, and it's really hard. So I don't know what's going on, but
I have a plan though. I think I would keep this house and let my kids stay in it, as long as they need to, and they'd pay a proper rent because I want them to learn that that's real life.
right.
For the place that you live in. But I really want to take my job on the road because I can, and I want to maybe get one of those like nice vans or Winnebago that I can stand up in. It's got a small shower, 40-gallon tank,
Sure.
like solar panels, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would live in the van completely because I still like to stay in a hotel or with friends, but I've looked at my network of friends.
Yeah.
And I know enough people where I could couch surf and park my van on property or in their driveway or whatnot, just to have somewhere to go every few weeks.
The backyard somewhere, dude.
Yeah, because it's not like I wouldn't have a job. I would still be working.
It would cost you some money.
At least give me the opportunity to travel.
I've looked into it, not seriously, but I've researched on how to do it, and there's a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
I think Mercedes makes
Yeah.
it, and it's tall. It's like 6'3". You can stand in it and hook it up.
My boyfriend has one of those for hockey equipment, but there's quite a few companies now that, you know, you can either they'll build to how you spec it out, or they've got some plans. And there's a whole, you know, you look on YouTube, there's just a ton of people that are living the van life. And I've, you know, it's not glamorous, and I'm not doing it to save money.
Right.
You know, but and I'm not trying to go all hippie style. Like, I will probably have a membership to Anytime Fitness, so I can go take a proper shower.
Sure.
Use their toilet. But
Yeah. Well, the one lady I was watching, she goes, it doesn't have a bathroom. I mean, we have one for emergencies. You know, we have a little potty thing, but yeah. So she's like, I stay in places where I can go take a shower, or I don't know. So that's pretty cool. If that's what you want to do.
Just a few months at a time.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to get out and hike and bike and just see some stuff.
Just be safe, man, because there's a lot of freaks out there, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone would want to mess with me. I'm a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
True. Well, you know, that's on them. They'll learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I know you got things to do, and I got to get back to work. And but seriously, thank you so much.
Whole job things.
I know, for spending some time with me this afternoon. That was very, very cool of you. So, and it was last minute
thanks
too,
for
guys.
chatting with me about nothing. I love it. I
Charlotte
needed that.
is awesome. I was like, listen, what? How did I phrase it? I'm like, hey, are you free tonight, or something like that? I was
what
like,
are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Earlier would be better. Let's do it now.
Let me explain. And so thank you so much for doing this. And I know Sandy's gonna be a little jealous, but she'll be okay.
She didn't miss anything.
Nah, she's good.
I mean, we covered almost all the bases that you would need to. Like,
yeah, it was different conversation. I forgot. Oh yeah, pets, cougars.
I think people learned a lot. Nothing.
Yeah, a lot about nothing. So, which is good. So, episode 102, Off Your Flosser. I'm Carlos. That's Charlotte. And where can people find you or watch your videos? And I know you got a huge YouTube channel. And
well, it's not. I do have a YouTube channel. My social media handle is Charlotte Smiled. But I work for Burst, so that's my pride and joy. Those are my projects. So go over to Burst Oral Care and check out our stuff.
Sure.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I use it. Fantastic brush. I need new heads too, by the way. But we'll talk. Do
you want me to? Okay, let me send you some.
No. I'll pay for them. I just always. I know. I forget to order them. But anyway. But thank you again, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everybody. Should I tell him to just go floss yourself?
Yeah, you go. There you go. You heard it from Charlotte, guys. Go floss yourselves. You're good.